Are you audible?
Yeah. By the way, he's also an erudite student.
I know. Your name?
He'll also give a joint interview. DLR quota is it? Huh? Ah,
Okay, hello everyone. So we are here with the first impressions about your second slot of CAT 2025. We have with us our student Anurag. Hi Anurag, am I audible?
yes, sir, you are.
Yeah, okay. So you took CAT in 2025 in slot 2 right now, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So can you tell me a little bit about your impression about the three sections? What were the type of questions and how much do you remember about each?
So the VRC section, the overall impression was it was pretty tough.
Okay.
The VRC section, it was moderate. The passages, they were kind of, they were understandable. So the passages were kind of, I would say it was mixed, not too easy, but not too hard.
Mhm.
Parajumbles were mixed. One parajumble was pretty easy. The statement positioning and all was moderate.
Hmm.
The odd one out was pretty easy.
So did we have all four of them appearing? Para summary, para completion, jumble sentence, and odd one out. Did all four appear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And a little bit about the RC. Were they readable? Were the questions easy, tough? A little bit about the RCs.
The questions, I would say the passages were readable and the questions, they were moderate. Some were easy, but of all means, out of the four questions, one was tough in every set.
Okay. So partial solve was like no where all four questions were doable, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is I think we have seen this trend also happening in slot one as well.
In
Okay.
that, in that,
Yes. Yes.
one thing, one trend also, one kinds of information just I have received
Hmm.
because it looks like that VRC in this section.
Hmm.
I got this information that VRC in this section is not that much good enough. That means in the first slot, whatever you are saying that it is easier direction or maybe that moderate direction. But information is here, it looks like some bit tougher. Wherever math is not that much tough.
Hmm.
I don't know that it is the
Let's
impression that I got it. Ekbar,
yeah
we
yeah
can go through these other
let's
students
confirm with
also.
Anurag.
What
Can
Anurag
we
is saying.
Anurag, we have not come to the quants part yet. We are just at the starting. We are talking about VRC right now. Okay. So let's move on to the next section, which is DILR. So what is your impression about DILR? Can you first tell me how many sets were there? What is the distribution, and which were the easy sets? Which were the tough ones?
So there were total five sets, of which two were of five questions and three were of four questions, or something like
So
that.
same, absolutely same as
Yeah,
your CAT
same.
2024. Okay. Were there any DI questions?
Yeah, so there were two DI questions and three LR questions.
Two DI question, like graph based.
DI, there were two DI and three LR questions.
And can you tell me a little bit about the DI questions first?
The DI questions, there was bar graph and and there was another some axis type graph which I obviously avoided. There was a bar graph which I did.
Okay, and what about the LR questions?
Their questions were very lengthy and tricky. Too much information were giving, but the information were very twisted and was not revealing much. So we had to like work our brains for getting the answers. So yeah, I would say the LR was pretty moderate to difficult because not because the questions were tough, but not much information were given, and whatever information was given, it was pretty twisted. So We had to assume a lot, had to segregate things a lot. It was very time consuming.
Compared to 2024, you would say this was on the tougher side.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt.
And do you have an idea reference about CAT 2023 DILR with respect
Yes,
to that?
of course.
It was tougher than that?
I would say not tougher than that, but on same par.
On the same lane. So basically, so basically 2 sets would be like a good enough attempt here.
Yeah, 2 sets pretty good.
Okay. And both were both the DIs doable, or the one DI was easy, one DI was tough?
For me, one DI was pretty doable, and for
Okay.
other it was quite tough.
So I think this trend again that we are getting one doable DI.
One doable and all other not so easy.
Not so doable. That but again, but in our in slot 1 we did not have 2 DI sets.
2 DI, yeah. So at least with the DI set, na, you
Anurag,
can pick up one or two
Anurag, that
questions.
DI set, what are the graph or charts given? Just chart के बारे में बोलो. Line, bar, pie, क्या है?
Yeah, the one was the bar chart, another was it was not properly a line chart. It was like access points were given, and we had to like point out things. It was not
Points were
completely
given,
a
so
line.
scatter plot.
Scatter plot.
Yeah, scatter plot. Scatter plot.
Okay.
Okay.
I think let's move on to the quant sections. Can you tell us a little bit about how you felt about the Sandeep, your audio is not coming properly.
Yeah,
They are saying the
sir,
audio.
I'm saying with the help of 2 DI, at least we can like from the difficult DI also we can put up, we can get 1 to 2 questions for sure. So that makes a big
Yeah, because if there are 2 DI sets, even if the DI is tough, we can have partial solve there. So that means we can say that maybe from first impressions that the DILR of slot 2 was very slightly on the easier side compared to slot 1. Right?
Hello?
Yeah. Anurag, please continue with the quant section, please. Can you tell me a little bit about the distribution of questions and overall what did you feel about that section? The quants.
The quants, I would say it was tough. Either at par with the 2023 level or could be more than that.
Okay.
I found quant section pretty challenging.
Hmm.
Geometry and number system, the weightage was same as all. Around 2 to 3 questions of geometry, 1 to 2 questions. 3 questions on number system. And
3
the rest
questions
were
were there
all.
on number system.
Yeah, one was on the divisors. One was on the sum of the digits, and other I think was on the same divisors.
Okay. So factor-based
like
questions.
was it device or reminders kind of?
No, divisors. It was
Factors basically. Divisors
not
or
reminders.
factors.
Factors. So.
And what about PNC?
Sorry?
Any question from modern math, PNC?
No. Our section there was no.
No. And what about the algebra and arithmetic distribution? Were there more algebra-based questions?
Comparatively, there were more algebra-based questions than there were more arithmetic-based questions than algebra.
Okay. Like, can you tell me what are the topics that you remember you getting questions in?
There were profit and loss, one profit and loss, one compound interest, one was ratio, one was mixture and allegation, and another was percentage. Yeah, percentage.
Time speed distance.
Yeah, time speed distance. One came of the boat variant.
Okay, one boats and stream question came.
Yeah. And algebra, there was quadratic. There was one sequence and series, and inequalities, and maximum minimum.
APGP?
Yeah,
sequences. Sequences. And anything from simple equation like equation solving, some equation is given, you have to find another equation.
No.
Questions from there. Okay. And what about functions? Anything from functions and theory?
Yeah, there was one only from function.
One question from what was the LOD of the functions question?
I myself have not done functions for this cat exam, so I would not be able to correctly tell you.
Okay, fair enough.
But what about arithmetic and algebra? You found both of them on the tougher side.
It was means the way the questions were written, it was tricky. The language was tricky.
So you're saying compared to 2023, you felt that this could be of the same or might be slightly on the higher difficulty also?
Yeah, good, because I personally found the quant section pretty challenging.
Okay, and other Jointa sir, Shagni sir, do you guys have any questions? Shagni sir, would you have any questions regarding VRC?
Yes, please. I'm so sorry. I was speaking to a student before this, so I joined a little late. Let me just quick re-surmise about the VRC. Anurag, you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Hi, buddy. How are you? How was it?
Paper was pretty tough.
Paper was tougher than last year. I agree.
Yes, sir. I would say it was around at par with the 23 level. Could be more than that.
Right. I agree. I have heard from the first shift also that it was closer to 23 than rather to 2024. Tell me what are your observations from the VRC?
The VRC, doing the PYQs, I found VRC, nothing much have changed, but everything was there. The parajumbles, the odd statements, the statement positioning, and the parasummaries, everything was there. The RCs, they were pretty readable, not much complex language and all. But each RC comes with a set of 4 questions. But of these 4 questions, there was always the one which was pretty tough to find or pretty, I would say, difficult to infer.
Okay, understood. Were there more direct questions or more inferential, as best as you remember?
More inferential questions. There was hardly any direct.
Interesting. Were there any questions of the one-word type, tonal or anything like that, where one-word answers were there?
Yeah, there was one. I think when the paper will release, so you'll get to see. It was, I think it was a direct question, which was a one-word type, where it was asked that what kind of instrument is not used in the or cannot be understood from this passage. So that was just a one-word.
Okay, understood. But it was not tonal, so it was a direct question.
Yeah, it was a direct question, but mostly were in French.
Got it. Understood. Also, Shayandeep and Inder were telling me that in the first shift there was a keyword question. Any keyword questions where you had a list of keywords which represented the entire passage?
No. This one there was none.
Okay. All right. Also, the questions for the VARC were mixed up, as in it was not RC first and then VA.
Yeah, the first question of the set was the statement positioning, and then came the RCs, and it was pretty mixed up.
Right. Okay. And verbal questions as compared to last year's paper, the PYQs that you have done, what is your take on it? Difficulty and length?
The verbal questions, I would say, the verbal questions were a bit more on the easier side. I would not say very easy, but on the easier side. The length was pretty short for the verbal question.
Okay. So length was not a challenge. It was only if a question was difficult then or confusing maybe, then it would have been a challenge. I think we have some technical issue.
Yeah. Jointa sir, anything from your side?
Yes.
Do we have any more updates?
As for the informations, whatever I have received, that math section, there are some of the questions which is doable, means straightforward. What in comparison to these first lot, getting straightforward was less. It's my feedback, whatever the students are saying. And in LRDI also, one set solving, it would not be that much difficult. Going to the second set and making it fully right, it may be somewhat tricky. So I don't know that in compared to the slot 1 to slot 2, there may be some kinds of changes. We can get these more details afterwards. So presently, major requirement is to understand that slot 1 to slot 2 comparison. Like the entirely it is not making the same thing with our earlier ये slot 1 में जो था, slot 1 में looking like that math section, it was very difficult, as well as LRDI was very difficult. I don't know. I can say the other people can give this feedback also.
The difficulty gradient, if I understand correctly, and what Anurag is telling us, for the VARC section, it was somewhat aligned with the previous shift, with the first shift. I see that there might be a shuffle in between the RC passages. So RC passages readability might have changed a little bit, because in the previous one we said that readability was a little low, but the questions were not very difficult. But this time around, I hear that the passages were okay. The questions might have been tricky, aligned with what we heard about the first shift, where one question generally per passage was tough, but there were also per passage there were questions which were doable. In the VA, we are saying consistent, mostly consistent with last year. ऐसा ही लग रहा है कि consistent है, बहुत ज़्यादा difference नहीं है. So between 24 and 25, there's not that much of a difference, but there is a slight uptick overall in the VARC. And between shift 1 and shift 2, it may be just a little bit of a reshuffling of the difficulty between RC and VA. But again, overall difficulty वैसा ही है, बहुत ज़्यादा कोई marked difference नहीं है. In terms of the pattern, we are very similar to 2024, because ये questions mix होके आए. RC and VA were shuffled up already. It was not broken into two parts. Well, not broken into two parts, but then RC first and then VA वैसा नहीं था. But the pattern, the question system of the VA is similar to 2023. Those I would say are the key takeaways for the VARC section.
Okay. Anything else? Do we have Sandeep here?
I don't think so.
Okay. Anything else from your side, Jonathan sir?
No, that much I have received, and it is a mixture kind of thing. Some people BRC is giving less attempt. I don't know why it is going on. Maybe their BRC is weak. That may be a scenario. So getting this proper idea.
I think what idea also from our students, what we are getting is, again, if you are comparing to slot 1, that VRC compared to slot 1 and slot 2, VRC was maybe slightly on the tougher side, right?
Higher side.
On the higher side, and but DILR and quads, the DILR slightly on the easier side.
Maybe it looks like it will be closer to it.
But
Means,
quants also,
some
quants
bit.
was maintained, the difficulty level for quant was maintained, but maybe 1 or 2 extra doable questions you can find in slot 2.
That may be the scenario. So we can get more information, and then we will be able to talk about that.
Right.
So till time it should be up to that, I think so, and get the better picture, get the informations from more number of students. After that, we will be able to give this idea much higher. ठीक है ना? Okay.
Agree.
The number 9064.
Okay, Gulam, are you there? Do we have anything else from your end?
648.
Otherwise-
I think they're calling you. They're asking for you. They're asking for me. Yeah.
He can't hear you on the earphones.
Yeah, they are on earphones. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hello.
But that was great. Thank you, Gulam. But do we have any other opinions? Any other students who would be willing to,
Right. Right now, maybe one student is calling, so that's the reason I was telling you. Let me talk with that student, and I'll let you know. Just give me
Okay.
5 minutes, okay?
All right.
Sure. Yeah, I think more or less the difficulty level of the paper is now established. There might be 10-15% variation up and down, but overall difficulty level, I think it is quite established that compared to 2024, सब कुछ ही थोड़ा tough हो गया है.
सब कुछ थोड़ा tough हो गया. By that sense, I would believe that we can expect that the cutoffs and the number of attempts required for a high score would both be revised downward, as in they'll be reduced. So it seems like.
So I think after we have the response sheet, we'll have a much better idea about what the difficulty level.
That would be the scenario, because till time it would be, I think so, good enough to give this initial
Correct.
idea.
Obviously, there is a lot of bias or speculation, because it's all very comparative in place. But overall, from the sheer amount of feedback that we are getting from everybody, the difficulty level would not fluctuate too much. It will be on those moderate to difficult level standard that we have been seeing in the 2 slots. So I think for slot 3 also, we can expect more or less in the same zone. Okay, but again, if there are any students right now in slot 3, please, this is just a comparative analysis of 1 and 2. Try not to deduce too much from here.
Let us get more informations of slot 2 from students as well.
Yes,
and after that we can make some kinds of comparison.
I think one more student is on the in the pipeline.
No, we got that. We are not catching it. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. I think then I think we can now wait till we have more information, and then we can come live again.
We will come back afterwards.
Yes, we will look into like talking to more students. We'll see what finer differences are there. As you said, the differences are not too vast, not too noticeable. Minor shift between difficulty, like the difficulty gradient, that is expected between shifts. Right. That much they will shuffle, because otherwise then it becomes very predictable for the second and third shifts. Yep. But barring that, it's not very stark. Nothing to be alarmed about. So any third shift students watching, nothing to be alarmed about. It's similar, but the difficulty gradient has increased a little bit. Let's understand that though affects everyone similarly. It is not. It's not a red flag or anything like that. So I believe let us conclude this discussion here. And once we have messages are coming in, so once we speak to some of the students, we'll be able to come live again. Maybe we can get an opportunity to discuss some memory-based questions as well. Yes, we can discuss that in the analysis session. Sure. Okay. So let's. I think we can go on a break for now, and we'll just resume in maybe in another half an hour if we have. About. Okay. Thank you. Bye. We'll be back. Okay.